indigenous Papuans have been asking for a similar period of time to the Kashmiris for their self-determination. They were also promised a plebiscite, and what's been happening to them for decades is this change to the demographics. So let's go back to Kashmir. Before the 5th of August, these very dirty tactics of bringing in non-Kashmiris was happening on a big scale already, with many retired Indian military families being brought in to Kashmir. But when the changes occurred to the constitution and the Delhi rule, the Indian regime just took over Kashmir totally. What goes hand in hand with that change is that non-Kashmiris can now buy land in Kashmir. And this is one of the big worries of just changing the demographics, changing the population. So more and more over the years, you get non-Kashmiris there who will be saying, we're happy with India. Like it's a very sinister aspect to the way that is being developed. And as we know, what this is all linked to is the BJP, Prime Minister Modi's party, that pushed to make India just a Hindu state. And the other ugly aspect that has to be linked with this, that shows how sinister their tactics are, is what's going on in India with the National Registry of Citizens. And this is something that we all need to be aware of, because already in India, they're moving to really make Muslims stateless and in turn evict them from parts of India. And I'll give you the example of Assam. As you know, in northeast India, and what is happening there, they've actually had this, and the NRC, National Registry of Citizens. Now there's about 33 million people in Assam. 1.9 million of them were found to be stateless, like not on the registry. Families have been split, absolutely horror. And the stories that I'm getting is that people are terrified. Muslim people are terrified about their future because so many of the Muslims living in India do not have any papers, don't have a record of their background and how long and how many generations have lived in India. And so these 1.9 million people, many of them, by far the majority of Muslims, and what has the Home Secretary of India said, Mr. Amit Shah? He has said that Hindus, Christians and Buddhists who are found stateless can stay in India. Who does that leave out? Muslims. And again, it's this very ugly attack, the attempt to build a Hindu-only state. And this is where we need to really ensure that people understand that with regard to the Modi government, that the BJP take their roots back to a very dangerous organisation, RSS. It is a parent organisation of BJP that takes its roots back to the fascist developments, the fascists in the Second World War. Their leaders, the RSS leaders, hung out with Mussolini. So there is a very serious fascist element. Now, when I was a politician, you're often told don't use the word fascism. People don't like it, they'll think you're just a bit crazy. But I've come to the conclusion, having looked at the situation in India, that we actually have to name it for what it is. And that's why I have brought these aspects of our story together. Now, the other thing that we need to focus on in the coming months is that the Australian Prime Minister, Mr. Morrison, will be going to India. And he has a clear responsibility to raise with the Prime Minister Modi and the ministers the issue of the human rights of Kashmiris. Now, why I say he has an obligation to do that, in 2017, the Australian government, and it was a coalition government, same government that Mr. Morrison heads, brought down a white paper, a foreign affairs white paper, that actually sets out the obligations on the government to raise foreign affairs issues. Now, they regularly do this with China. When our leaders go to China, they talk about foreign affairs, and we need to ensure that our Prime Minister does that. Now, what I would urge all of you to do, and I know many of you already have, a petition was launched today on change.org, directed to Mr. Morrison, calling on him to raise the issue of human rights and defend the human rights of Kashmiris, when he speaks in India, to also, if it hasn't already been lifted, the curfew, the communications blackout, for that to be lifted, and to speak and to urge the Indian government now comes on board with the plebiscite, a United Nations organised plebiscite. So that's an action point that we can take away from today, because it's going to be a tough struggle. The Modi government is ruthless, but we can take inspiration from the struggle in South Africa to end apartheid.